out, cause I'm here now and I'm staying. Claws out, this the fight that I've been craving. I know there's something inside of me, but it's been masked by fear and anxiety. But no more, I'ma break out of the chains. Let's defiantly. I'm waking up.
And hello, everyone, and welcome to the return. It's the new year of Second Rope Marks. I'm your host, Alan Austin, joined always by Rick and Richard. Good evening.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Happy 2024, first episode of 2024 of the new year. We've had a few weeks break. We've both been busy with a few things. You've had severe weather issues. We've had severe heat and then severe rain and then holidays. So it's good to get back into it.
It really is. Yep. Right now it is 15 degrees over here in beautiful New York. So
Yeah,
if you hear a little humming, that's my space heater. It's much needed right now. Much needed.
You can keep the cold weather to yourself. I'm not having that. Ooh.
Yeah, could you send some of that heat this way? I mean,
Yeah, you
great.
can have it in July.
No, I like this a lot. I'd like it a lot sooner. But we are here to ponder the question, what if?
What
if? Ooh, that's a good one.
What?
I am as you know, Rick, I am a big comic book fan. And recently Marvel Studios let out season 2 of Marvel's What If. It's a cartoon show about what would happen if Iron Man died and all that. It's very good stuff. So we are going to ponder wrestling's biggest what if questions.
Yes. Jump back in the old time machine and some of the bigger moments in wrestling history, and then just ask the question, but what if this happened instead? And we'll have a lively debate, and we'll see what we come up with.
And obviously we are not going to deal with deceased people.
Yep.
No, that out of disrespect to them. No, it's not happening. But would you like to start it off, or do you want my first?
I'll start us off. What if King of the Ring 1996 never happened for Stone Cold Steve Austin? It's long been known now that spot was reserved for Hunter Hearst Helmsley, Triple H himself, before the dreaded curtain call at Madison Square Garden. And Vince had to punish someone, couldn't punish Shawn. He was the champion. Razor and Diesel had jumped ship. That left poor Triple H to learn to eat shit and like it, as his words. And so King of the Ring was taken off him and was given to Stone Cold. And the birth of Austin 316 says, I just whipped your ass, was born.
You sit there and you thump your Bibles and you say your prayers, and it didn't get you anywhere. Talk about your Psalms, talk about your John 3:16. Austin 3:16 says, I just whipped your ass.
You sit there and you thump your Bible and you say your prayers, and it didn't get you anywhere. Talk about your Psalms, talk about John 3:16. Austin 3:16 says, I just whipped your ass.
Could you imagine if that never happened?
It's interesting to ponder because everyone says that was the launching point for Austin, but he was pretty much non-existent from King of the Ring up until Survivor Series. I think he was on the next pay-per-view against Mark Merrow. He was on the kickoff show of SummerSlam, and he didn't even feature at Mind Games. So his momentum wasn't at King of the Ring. His momentum came when
WrestleMania.
he fought when he fought Brett at Survivor Series the first time. And it's interesting to note that Brett said in his book that you got to take what the Hitman says with a bit of pinch of salt, because he's the best there is, best there was, best there ever will be in his own mind. He said he saw Steve coming before Steve knew he was coming, and he always wanted to work with him. So I think that the Austin Mania, Austin 316, we may not have had Austin 316 if King of the Ring never happened. I still think Austin would have been the megastar because of the feud with Bret Hart. I think that maybe the catchphrase, maybe the biggest selling t-shirt in all of WWE would never have happened. I still think we would have got the Austin era because of the Hitman and Survivor Series and then the Rumble. So I think we would have missed the iconic, as you quoted it, almost verbatim, word for word, verbatim. I'm not sure if they're the two words meaning the same. Not too sure. It's late here.
I think you're good.
I just don't think we get the epic catchphrase.
Yeah.
But we still get the superstar that is Steve Austin.
Yeah, but I feel like it would be a different superstar. It wouldn't be like the rebel against the authority. He's just stone cold. What?
Yeah, like as he said, the chilling murderer based off of the serial killer Richard Klikinski, I believe. So, but he sure as hell wouldn't have been the ringmaster.
No. No.
God awful.
That's a god awful gimmick.
Frosty McFang, Ice Dagger, Chili McFreeze, Otto
right
Von now. Ruthless.
Otto Von Ruthless. What?
All right. What do you got for us, Alan?
That would have been crazy. Yeah, that
would
have
been
crazy. All right. While we're on the topic of the click, what if it was Shawn Michaels that got thrown through the barbershop window? What if Marty Jannetty was the Shawn Michaels of this career? What if Shawn Michaels was Marty Jannetty and just went on a downward spiral?
Wow. Okay. What are you thinking?
Okay, so you get Marty Jannetty throwing HBK through the window, which means now you're a single star. So now Marty Jannetty enters the Royal Rumble, the 92 Royal Rumble, which means I would have met Shawn Michaels at that Gold's Gym instead of Marty Jannetty, because he wouldn't have been in the Royal Rumble. Then you have, could you imagine as Marty Jannetty as Mr. WrestleMania having banger matches, becoming champion? The boyhood dream of Marty Jannetty has come true. Like
I don't think he gets there.
I do, because you gotta think,
really,
like, yeah, you gotta put it in perspective. Like he is taking over Shawn Michaels' career.
I suppose so. And again, like hindsight's, a wonderful thing. Like we kind of know what happened to Jannetty in real time. Like he had issues with alcohol and drugs and things like that. He was fired from WWE and then he was brought back and then he was fired again. So you've got, to me, I think you've got to look at it as, okay, they do the old switcheroo. Jannetty chucks old HBK through the barbershop window, goes on to be the mega heel, Shawn the sympathetic babyface. But does Jannetty carry that momentum because of his issues?
No, he doesn't have issues.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we're going a complete alternate universe.
Yeah, in this universe, Marty Jannetty is fine. I mean, he does, break his back. Excuse me, he does, he does go off the rails a little bit, but he does come back 2002 after a back injury. He comes back, has a great match with Triple H at SummerSlam. He goes on to win the title at Survivor Series in New York, Madison Square Garden. Yeah,
It's
Marty
just
Jannetty.
it's so hard to see because yeah, he was a brilliant in-ring performer, especially as part of the Rockers. He just never had the charisma that Shawn Michaels did.
That's why it's an alternate universe. What if? What if Marty Jannetty had this skill
You've gone the
set?
alternate universe. I've gone. How different would it have been after? So it's good that we've got different takes on this.
Multiverse is real, bro. It is.
If
And
it's
then,
real,
yeah,
an alternate version of me is going to turn up right now.
not right now. All right, that's not
Sorry,
how that
he's
works.
not there.
There
That's not
are
how that
all
works.
no, they're all art. There is alternate. It's early. It's fucking 7:15 in the morning. I got sinuses going on. It's ridiculous. But there
It's
are
always
alternate
excuses.
universes.
Okay. Well,
Oh, they felt good.
I'm not going to go with the alternate universe, but I'm going to go with what if Vince McMahon never forced Bret Hart out of the WWF? Was able to pay him his contract, his 20 million over 20 years, and the Montreal screw job doesn't happen. How does that go down? We're not talking alternate universes here. We're talking how does that go down?
So if he doesn't leave, the screw job doesn't happen. He stays the champion.
Yep.
Um,
Because it does end in a DQ in the
yeah.
schmoz.
Then you would have probably Brett versus Stone Cold at WrestleMania.
Really?
Oh no, because 13 was Sid and Undertaker.
Yeah,
For
but
the
it was
title.
meant to be HBK, Brett, and then Brett left.
3? Yeah. Wow.
No, it wasn't. Sorry. No, it wasn't. Sorry, that was 14. 13 was meant to be Brett, Sean. Sean lost his smile. Da 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 da. We get to 97 Survivor Series, screw job. Yep. And then we got the explosion of Stone Cold. He enters the Rumble. Everyone is gunning for him. He still ends up winning it. We get the 3 faces of Foley in the Rumble. But Brett beats Sean. It's a DQ at Survivor Series. Sean is now in the Rumble. He's not facing Taker. Brett's the champion. Do they still go with Austin, or does Shawn Michaels politic his way because we know he had Vince's ear? We know that the Clique, Triple H, that had Vince's ear. Does it work out for Austin?
No. I don't see a universe where this worked out for Austin at all.
No.
Wow.
I think WrestleMania 14 ends up with Shawn versus Brett, and Shawn gets the title back again. So that's what I personally think.
Yeah.
If Brett never leaves.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, things would be a lot different, honestly. They really would. They
yes.
really would. All right.
Crazy to think.
Yeah. Well, we gotta fly by these because I know my little one is gonna wake up any second now.
You're right. Hit me with number 2.
Number 2, what if the Goldberg streak never ended? What if the finger fucking poke of doom never happened? What if all this other shit? Which would honestly, you know what? I'm just gonna knock out my 2 right now because they both kind of coincide with each other. But yeah, what if Goldberg's streak never ended? And what if WCW won the Monday, won?
As in knocked WWE out of business.
Has in Eric Bischoff showing up on Raw going, I now own WWE.
Wow. That's really hard knowing how bad the creative was at the end of WCW. We'll go
Quite
back to the
bad.
Goldberg. Yeah, Goldberg. That I think he should have remained undefeated. Like he had this aura. It wasn't getting stale. I think back
Oh,
then, again, like we're looking at it we're remembering it through kid eyes. We were
uh-huh.
12, 13. Now we're seeing it as adults. But the world wanted a rebel, the world wanted an ass kicker. And you had Austin in WWE and you had Goldberg, who was this ass kicker, this it wasn't this hokey big boot leg drop 1, 2, 3 like Hogan was doing in the early 90s.
Brother.
This was and like, I don't want to shit on Goldberg, like the guy couldn't wrestle.
Nowadays,
But
no.
he bought the intensity, like he had awesome power moves. You believed that he was going to rip someone's head off.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I could have bought him staying undefeated for a very, very long time.
Yep. What was it, like 173?
Allegedly. Allegedly.
Yeah. They kept
The numbers
embellishing
they
that.
made up were ridiculous, but
Yeah. Yeah.
so yeah, I think Goldberg is the man, and that could lead into WCW doing bigger business.
Yeah.
And then maybe you don't get the shitty creative.
Yeah. You don't get Russo. You have all these old wrestlers that WCW brought in to check their ego at the door, i.e., Nash, Hall, Hogan. They're not running the asylum, as say to speak. I can't even fucking speak. This is just going ridiculous. Like I said,
Welcome to 2024.
it has been a rough, rough night. So cold, but yeah, those ass clowns aren't running things. It was actually well done run, and then Bischoff.
So who does WCW pick up in the merger, in the purchase of WWE?
I would say obviously Austin goes back. Kurt,
Yeah.
The Rock was uh I don't think The Rock
Yeah.
would have gone. I don't think so.
You reckon he would have gone straight to Hollywood?
I think he
You
would have
reckon?
gone straight to Hollywood and not done like the little Hollywood and WWE. Like that he was
Yeah.
doing like the Scorpion King with.
Yep.
So yeah, I don't think he goes. I think he stays at Hollywood.
Do you think they
Triple
picked
H.
Jericho up? Because Jericho wasn't used in WCW very well.
I don't think he would have done it either. I would think that he probably would go back to New Japan.
Yeah, okay. Interesting.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah,
A
man.
world where WCW won the Monday Night Raw.
Be weird.
Shudder to think. Shudder to think.
Be weird.
But it's interesting. Yeah, it would be weird. The landscape would be so different. There wouldn't be a TNA
No, I
because
don't think there'd
Jarrett would
be.
have been working for WCW.
Yep, I don't think there would have been an AEW.
No,
Nothing
no,
would be right.
it would look no, it would look
And
very, very different, wouldn't it?
obviously, it wouldn't go on like it is right now, like WWE's right now. Like I think they would have bought out WWE. That would have been the end of it, and then they would have just like went under, flopped. Eric Bischoff would have eventually ran it to the ground,
Yeah,
and we would
and
have no
then what?
wrestling. And we'd have no wrestling.
Then someone would come along and
Yeah, I'm sure. Like
I don't
Vince
say it
would
enough,
get it.
but thank God for Jeff Jarrett. At the end of the day, like
I would still say like '06, '07 TNA, very good. Even '05, like '05, '06, very good TNA.
I'm currently in '07 TNA on YouTube. watching the full pay-per-views on YouTube. Go check them out. It's actually good. I'm watching No Surrender 2007 at the moment, and that is, from the exception of the first match, so far it's really good.
Yeah.
So,
I'll have to watch
all
that.
right, final one. Here we
Yes.
go. Similar to yours, only WWE have won the Monday Night Raw. Monday Night War, easy for me to say.
Yeah, right.
They have all these contracts that they can't get. So you've got Hogan, he's got his Time Warner contract, Nash and all that. Goldberg, they can't jump ship. So that Invasion is a little bit shitty because they don't have the big stars. What if they did have the big stars plus Sting?
Ooh.
From the get-go of the Invasion?
Ooh.
Vince was happy to, like, they paid out the Time Warner contracts, and Hogan and Goldberg and Nash, maybe not necessarily Hall. He was struggling around that time with his demons.
Yeah.
Sting, all those big names turn up for the Invasion angle. Do we have ECW involved in it?
No. Nope. Nope.
I think out of everyone there, I think you get Rob Van Dam. I think Vince would have been smart enough to sign Van Dam. But yeah, I don't think the rest of those ECW cast-offs would have been anywhere near WWE television at the time. I'm not on about the Dudleys or anything like that because they were already signed to WWE
like
at the time.
You're not seeing Balls Mahoney. You're not seeing Sandman. You're seeing the Dudleys and RVD.
You're not even seeing Tommy Dreamer. I'm sorry, but
nope.
So does the Invasion angle still go down the way it did with WWE crushing WCW?
No. Now you have those big players. Then they could have finally done Taker versus Sting.
Yeah. But again, Vince's ego, it was all about crushing the competition. So again, that's one of the reasons why Sting didn't show up to WWE in those early days, because he was worried about what would become of the Sting persona and the character.
Well,
so obviously, So I think, again, Vince would have done Vince. He would have crushed them. He would have paid them handsomely, paid their Time Warner contract or whatever. But I don't think that the results would have been any different, from the exception of you wouldn't have had Austin jumping from WWE to the Alliance and Kurt Angle jumping to the Alliance and all that bullshit to make up bigger names, because the Alliance, which was WCW and ECW, didn't have the name power behind it.
Oh, that's good.
I still think you would have had the Invasion with the big names, and they still would have been crushed.
Not has crushed, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
We wouldn't have got Austin and Kurt Angle in cowboy hats singing Kumbaya.
That was really good.
That upsets me.
Yeah.
And Jimmy Crack Corn.
Jimmy Crack Corn. We wouldn't have gotten
the Olympic medal.
We wouldn't have gotten the milk truck.
Milkomania. That's right. Yes. It's a funny thing to think about at the end of that. And that happened where did that happen, Alan?
Milkomania? I want to say that was in Pittsburgh.
Was it Pittsburgh? It wasn't Albany?
No, the beer truck was in Albany. Milkomania.
Beer truck.
Milkomania, I want to say, was in his hometown of Pittsburgh.
Okay, fair enough.
I think.
Trying to give Albany a cheap plug there, but that's fine.
Nope. Because coming up shortly would be the anniversary of the greatest Royal Rumble ever, the 1992 Royal Rumble, which happened right here
there
in Albany, New York. With a tear in my eye, This is the greatest moment of my life.
Ric Flair, you
I could
perverted
go
old
on.
man.
Yeah, and then I was watching playoff football all this weekend, and who did I see Monday on my screen? None other than Ric Flair. Ugh, can't escape
He wasn't
this
doing
old man.
wasn't doing that dance with Taylor Swift, was he?
No, not with Taylor Swift, but he was dancing,
Yeah, God.
or he was
I
high stepping with gators on. I don't know. It was bad week in football. Fuck football. I can't even say let's go baseball because, that's just 162 games of disappointment for me. So sports.
It's okay because it's been a good week of wrestling, a good week and a half of
Yes.
wrestling. We've had AEW. Raw actually had a good show, from the exception of the main event, Seth Rollins, Jinder Mahal. We won't go into that. We've had New Japan Strong, Battle in the Valley. Amazing show. Absolutely brilliant. If you haven't seen Ospreay versus Okada, go out your way. Go watch that match again. Really good. We've had TNA, Hard to Kill, the first pay-per-view branded under the original TNA banner. And that was a really, really good card as well. A few surprises as well. One, Nick Nemeth, formerly Dolph Ziggler, turned up at TNA as well. Looks like he's going to be milking this free agency, and he's going to be wrestling here, there, and everywhere. And I'm all for it.
Ash by Elegance or whatever it is.
Yeah. Even the commentators were getting the name wrong. Ash by Excellence is what they were calling her. And it was like, oh my God.
So stupid.
Get it right, people. But we've got more good wrestling coming up. We've got Hook challenging Samoa Joe for the world heavyweight title.
Who the fuck
on Dynamite? He's going to be the next breakout star.
Sure is, bud. Sure is.
Stay tuned for that.
Yes, sir. And as always, stay tuned for our YouTube channel. We're back from a break. And we will, as always, thank you. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Follow us on the X, Twitter. We're on Spotify. Drop us a 5-star review. And Richard, anything else?
No. I'll let you get the little one off to school. I'm going to get off to bed. Just know that there's big things coming for 2024.
Huge. It's gonna be huge. Huge, big things.
Be huge, guys. Absolutely huge. Huge things.
Big things happening.
There's going to be quizzes. There's going to be competitions. There's going to be news. It's crazy what we're going to be doing. We're going to try and keep on top of this weekly. Obviously, there will be weeks where we will be missing.
Yeah.
But thank you, everyone. Yeah, that's right. Thank you for everyone that follows, support, subscribe, drop a comment. Let us know what you're enjoying. This is our first episode of 2024, and there is going to be many, many more to come. And we hope you enjoy it all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Richard, time to get ready. I'm going to freeze my ass off going to start my car. I hate this.
I'm going to sweat my ass off going to bed.
Fuck you. Alrighty. We'll see you guys later. Bye, everybody.